Hi, friends. Happy Monday. You are joining my Marvelous Monday with Wild Violet's Art. I'm Angela, and I've got lots to show you tonight. I've got the Welcoming Garden Kit that we're going to work on. It's just a really beautiful kit, easy way for you to get out some greetings, some thank yous, thinking of you, that sort of thing. And, but it's such an easy kit. I know that it's not going to take me very long. So I've got some really special things I want to show you. I got about 21 cards in a card swap, or 20 cards in a card swap, and I wanted to show them to you real quick. So some of them are from the online exclusive that came live on May 1st or May 6th, and some of them are from the new annual catalog 2025 and 26. So let's get started. So I'm going to start with the online exclusives. There's so much product, and I know it's really confusing sometimes when new stuff comes out. But if you go to the website and then you say what's new, you can choose between the annual catalog and you can choose between online exclusive. But there's so much more to online exclusive because many of the products that were maybe in the January to April catalog or in last year's annual catalog may continue on in the online exclusive and not show up in your catalog. So be sure to check that out. If it says last chance, then of course that's your last chance to get it. But if it doesn't say last chance, there may be more in there that you can continue to purchase. So be sure to check that out. Okay, so some of the new items are the Floral Impression Suite. And I have shown this to you before, but I wanted to just remind you. Wrong one. So it's the Impressions a Bloom stamp set. These are the Impressions of Bloom dies, and they have these really great it's obelisk, I think is what this is called. I'm not sure. Anyway, it's like an oval, but it's a little bit different. So it's got florals, excuse me, and these labels here. These are foiled frames, labels, and ephemera. So there's a bunch of them in here. There's a total of 6 sheets, and there's 2 of each sheet. So you'll have lots of options on different sizes of frames. So there's some that are bigger than this. There is, let's see, this is the pressed flowers embossing folder that goes with it. It's really pretty. Let me just bring it up so you can see it. And then it's got this real pretty floral, whoops, wrong one. Real pretty floral cardstock that goes with it. And I love this sheet so much. So as soon as I get a chance, I'm going to be working with this. And just to kind of remind you, these are what the cardstock look like. So you've got some really pretty options, and I can't wait to start using it. But I wanted to show you some samples that go along with this that I got with my swap. So this suite that has the dies, stamps, embossing folder, ephemera, and there's also, and it looks like I misplaced it, some little strawberry slush and pink, pretty and pink gems. So those somehow I've misplaced those. So this is one of the cards, but you can see this right here. This is the damask embossing folder that goes with the beautiful gallery suite. But isn't that pretty? Just real subtle. And the sentiment comes from this as well. And then let's see if there's any more from this. Nope, that's it for that. And then there is this one here, which is from Blooming Phrases. So this is one of the online exclusive, along with this embossing folder. So there's a couple of embossing folders that are online exclusive. And you know what? They're not listed here. So there's 2 of them. And as you can tell, they're really cool. So they've got these 2 different patterns that you can use. So those are some of the online exclusive. Now I don't have everything. I just have a few things. So this Blooming Phrases has got a bunch of great sentiments. And I just love the little tail because the little tail can become florals. There was another one that had it. Here it is, this card. Let me just open this up so you can see how fun this is. So you can see it opens up here, opens up there. But do you see how the little tails of birthday and happy you can make into little florals? I love that. So that's the Blooming Phrases. And this also is part of the Florals and Bloom Designer Series paper, just so you know. Okay, so that's that one. And then this one is the paper tags bundle, but you can see that they use the beautiful Gallery Designer Series paper that I used the other day in my cards in Scrapbook. And this is those embossing folders that I don't know the names of. And then, let's see, we've got, this one is Scenic Adventure Bundle. And I think I've got two that are, nope, it's just this one. So there's dies and stamps, and it has the water. These can either be mountains or clouds, and then it has all the trees in it. So the Scenic Adventure Bundle. So lots of things to choose from. And this is that new embossing folder I told you about. And this one was done by Kelly Schutte. And let me tell you who did these. So this one was done by Judy McCauley. And this one, I don't have a name. Liz Schultz. So that's that one. And this one is Brenda Sprenger. So cute. And then this one is done by Kelly Burkhart. These are all women from Minnesota here, some of the leaders. Okay, so here's a cute one. There is Pop and Buy bundle. So let me just open this up so you can see the cute little fun fold. And this one was done by Kathleen Hopperstad. And you can see it's just a real fun fold. So it's a happy birthday, but I think it's so cute. It's got a little face with the popcorn box and a big popcorn kernel. Very cute. And that again is Popping By bundle. And it's got stamps and dies that create these little popcorn kernels. And you can pop them up so that they're 3D as well. And then this one is part of the Sunrise Sailing bundle. Now there's 3 parts to this bundle. It's got an embossing folder. As you can see, these sailboats are 3D. So it's got an embossing folder, and then it has a die set and the stamp set, of course. So you can see they've got some great sentiments that go in it, but really beautiful. I think this embossing folder is really gorgeous. So lots of options, really pretty. Okay, those are all the ones that are from the online exclusive, but there's lots of other things. There's this little pig, there's this sweet jar bundle. Oh, there is one other thing I wanted to show you. So the Stamp and Write markers are not being shown in the catalog, but they're available online. So these are part of the online exclusive. Hey, Linda, thanks for joining me. But I wanted to talk to you about cloud cover, because cloud cover, there's some issues, and they are not going to provide a cloud cover stamp pad to customers, only to demonstrators. And the reason is because some of these, there's an issue with the ink color of this stamp set with the pad. So the sponge pad that Stampin' Up! Uses for all their Stampin' Pads, there's an issue, and there's a chemical issue. So what's happened is some of them that we get may be good, some of them may not. There's been people that have shown me pictures of really odd colors. So there are some other ways for you to get cloud cover ink pads. So you could purchase a basic white or a white craft pad, and you could fill it with an ink cloud cover, the cloud cover reinker. The problem is they may have the same problem. You're not guaranteed that your color will turn out true. But the little Stampin' Spots, for sure, they are working. And so there are Stampin' Spots that are available in the annual catalog and online. So let me just show you. I know I saw it here. Well, we'll go through the catalog and I'll show you. So there are some Stampin' Spots, and it's just a basic set of colors, and it has the cloud cover as one of them. And so you do have the ability of buying it already pre-inked. Okay, it's on page 33 of the new annual catalog. There is the classic Stampin' Spot small assortment 1, and it has cloud cover in it. That's the only in color they have. They have early espresso, garden green, petal pink, and real red. And then there's another set, number 2, that has some other basic colors, and none of them again are in the in color. Or you can purchase the Stampin' Spots that are blank, and you can refill it yourself. There's another set. So if you type in Stampin' Spot, you'll find that there are some blank ones that you can purchase, and you can add the re-inker cloud cover to it, and you would have a Stampin' Spot for that. But I just wanted to show you, I happen to get to be one of the lucky ones. This is the Stampin' Right marker, so that gives you another option for the cloud cover. And then you have the blends. So you can see that this was my inker, this is the Stampin' Right marker, and these are the blends, light and dark. And then I was told that you can kind of get the cloud cover by stamping off with the Secret C stamp pad. I didn't really see that it's that close, but it is something that if you continue to stamp off a couple times, you'll get this one, and then I stamped it again, then I stamped it again. So you can see that you can get sort of a color like that, but I like the pad the best. It's pretty close to the blends. The Stampin' Right marker is closer actually to the cardstock. So just so you know, this is one of the online exclusive items to get the Stampin' Right markers. And that is my explanation on the cloud cover. Stampin' Up! Has really careful quality control, and if something's not working out, they don't want to provide it. So, okay, so now for more cards from this swap. And just as a reminder, I showed this to you last Monday, and this was my card that I did for the swap. So this was from the beautiful gallery. Okay, so this is the new catalog, and there's all kinds of scrapbook kits, and I'll be showing you those on Friday. I have a few of them, and then there's more ephemera, which I'm super excited about, and again, I've got a lot of new product that I'll show you maybe next Monday. But for now, the first one I have is Florals in Blue. So I've showed this to you. It's this cardstock, 2 different stamp sets and dies. It's got this wonderful, lovely, and bloom die set. I bought it specifically for that because I'm using it already for lots of my scrapbooks. And so there are a number of cards that I got for that. This one was done by Holly Botla. And this has another die set that's actually from the online exclusive. Let me get this out. Sorry, I have to keep going back and forth because people use lots of different things. So this is from the Sentimental Framing So you can see this frame is really fun. It's got like a fun little scallop with little piercings. So really fun. And I think this sentiment is actually from there as well. So there are no words to fill the void, but know that I'm here. So it's really beautiful. And then, of course, thinking of you is another one from this sentimental framing stamp set. And I think I may have gotten that, but like I said, I'm not digging it out just yet. So soon, I promise. Okay, so that's one of them. And then someone we're celebrating. This is, I don't think that's from that stamp set either. Nope. But I think that is from the I have a bunch of them that I'm just not sure where they're from. So we'll put that one aside and I think we'll figure it out here shortly. So this one is a fun fold. Happy birthday. And this one was done by Carol Johnson. And then I have this one here. This one's definitely from this stamp set and dies. So this is the Pretty Florals. And the sentiment is from Sweet Blooms. Nope, it's not. I think it's from, I think it's the Thanks from Impressions A Bloom. So they use this Thanks, and they use that new embossing folder. And then this is the fun little fun fold. I appreciate you. Isn't that pretty? So you can see it just slides in and out. Kind of a hidden message. Very clever. So that's very cute. And this is done by Carol Rosengren. And then this one, You Make Me Smile, is from Sweet Blooms. And this one's by Lynn Feldkamp. Sorry. So this is, again, that embossing folder, the damask designs, really beautiful. And then this is a new gold ribbon. So just a really beautiful card. And then this one's really beautiful. And they're using floral dies from Pretty Florals and the word bloom. And this is called Bloom Where You're Planted, which is actually the motto for the Wild Violets art team. I want to encourage my team to bloom where they're planted. So the leaves are from the Pretty Florals. So I love this. And then this is the, oh goodness, it's that new framed, stitched frames or something. I don't remember. Sorry. So this is Michelle Barnick. And then this is from the Pretty Florals. And then the sentiment is from this Blooming Phrases. And then she made this. Okay, so that was the Botanical Prints set. Oh my goodness, it's going to bug me till I figure it out. Sorry, I am going to look it up because it's one of the Botanical Texture Suite Collection, and I don't remember the name of the dies. So really beautiful, but okay. And then these are new little flat pearls, and these are, so they used the new cloud cover and the secret sky, and these are the little gems that they used that go with this suite. So aren't they pretty? I love the gems, or the little these little dots that are really low profile. So that's everything that I have for that. I'm going to hold some of these back because I think they go with sets that are further in. So there's all kinds of pages with this Florals in Bloom, and I love that because they give you all these different samples. Look at this. You've got 2-page spreads starting on page 40. You've got a close-up of one of the cards that's here, and then showing you how they did it by die cutting some of the flowers, fussy cutting some of the others. And then this is just a picture of the artist that was creating these florals. And then just here's some cards on how to make a pretty fun fold, or just a real pretty card with both sides showing. And then look, you've got 2 more pages of ideas. That's 8 pages for one suite. Isn't that amazing that they're doing that? So just lots of ideas, tons of them. Okay, this is the Turtly Cute. And this card was done by Sandy Carlson. And it's Hope Your Birthday is Turtly Awesome. It's okay to take it slow. That's cute. Very sweet. Okay. And then the next one, I showed you these on, I think, Friday. But there's this one, Thinking of You. This is with the beautiful gallery. Just so gorgeous. I mean, this is another one that's got like 6 pages. So this is really, really beautiful. I love this. And this font does not match what's in the suite. So not sure where the sentiment comes from. And then, of course, this was mine out of this suite. And then I have this one. Okay, sorry, not showing you who made this. This is from Betty Weisbrich. And this is from Karen Titus. And you can see that she's made a fun fold. And this is the frame. And then she used the inside of the frame here for Happiest Birthday. And then some of those pressed floral motifs. Very, very beautiful. Okay. So that is the beautiful gallery. And again, just lots of pictures with tons of ideas. I didn't get any of these Kitsugi inspirations. And I didn't get any of the boho vibes. And then it goes into more of the scrapbooking kits that we'll get into. And I'm so excited that Stampin' Up's doing binders again. This is talking about the 2-tone cardstock. So there's lots and lots of options out there. And then we have, I didn't get any from the Notes and Totes bundle, or the Coneflower Celebrations, or Silly Safari. Oh, I can't wait. I just ordered this Extraordinary Flora, and they've got the bundle, which has the stamps and dies, and the dies match the washi tape. And then they've got washi tape that you can buy to go with it. Now, I am trying to figure out why they showed an example with vellum, and we don't offer vellum right now. So I'm hoping that they'll give us some vellum here shortly, because I would love to be able to have that vellum. It's so pretty. Okay. And then Party Alphabet dies. I'll have those to show you as well. And then this is, okay, so this was from the Impressions of Bloom. So it was one of the cardstocks. They had the fern. And then this sentiment, which I think also this one as well. So to someone, yeah, we're celebrating. So this is The Right Words is what this sentiment is from. It's from the Right Words stamp set. And then I know good things when I see it, and I see lots of good things in you. That's from here as well. And then they've got this die for this here. And this is from Dina Lenneman. And then this is her card. Very beautiful. And then, so now we know where that sentiment came from. And then this one, which I showed you earlier, which was with the, this is the Damask Designs embossing folder. This is the beautiful gallery cardstock, the DSP. And then the sentiment is from here. I really don't like that you're leaving, but I hope you love where you're going. I miss you already. So it's really a clever fun fold, don't you think? I love that the square just covers up exactly the sentiment here. And this was done by Kathy Seal. And I think that's all of them. This one I think I've already shared because it was in the online exclusive as well. So, and oh, I do have one more card. So this one is the Peaceful View, and it's just a stamps. Oh, no, sorry. Peaceful Pier, which is over here. And they've got the pier and the woods and just because. Not a fun fold. So it's a good one for like a Father's Day. And this one is done by Kathleen Chapman. So it's a great fun fold. And I think that's it. So lots of DSP, and I love that they put the DSP back in the annual catalog. So we've got some specialty papers here, and there's more online. So be sure to check that out. But you can see that some are reoccurring, which is the Season of Elegance, the new florals and booms. They've got Irresistible Design, which is, it gives you a chance to use your blender brush and you get an embossed area that shows up. Regal Distressed Patterns, that's another one that's reoccurring. The Perennial Lavender is back. Totally Cute Nests of Winter, they've continued that. Country Woods, I'm so thankful for that. I love that set. Thoughtful Journey, that is again reoccurring, beautiful gallery. And then the Splendid Autumn, which is one I did get to purchase last fall. Boho Vibes. And then the beautiful Bokeh DSP, so that is also available. And then all the new colors. So this is the Subtles, Regals, Brights, Neutrals, the new in colors, and the 2024-26 in colors. So lots of choices. And then, of course, you've got your envelopes and more. So they've done a good job on making sure that there's more that is being shown. You can still find the index, and you have all the different colors and what's included in each one of them. So I hope that's helpful. And now to the kit. All right. So the kit is so pretty. We've got a crumb cake stamp and spot. I probably won't use it because I tend to save those for my new stampers. So let me get my crumb cake out. And then let's take a look at this kit. All right. So there's lots of things that are included. When you get a kit like this, you get instructions. And then you also get a set of, or a piece of cardstock that has your sentiments on there. So thinking of you, just a note, looks like a wood grain, thanks, and this little gate. So this is all in English. So you can see that if you are trying to store it, you can easily keep track of what the sentiments are that are in the stamp set. Okay, so these are the cards that we're going to make. Beautiful little garden gate. I would just love to have any of these elements in my garden. Right now it's very plain Jane, but we're getting there. Okay. So let's sort out what we have here. It includes, of course, a block so that you can do everything. All you need are a pair of snips, typically. So we've got our block, some tear and tape, your stamp pad, your stamps. And then we've got, this is some plain piece of paper and it goes to 1. You've got dimensionals and you've got 3, you've got 3 each. So you've got all these envelopes that coordinate with your stamps. All right, so here is one card and it folds like so, and then it folds like so. Isn't that beautiful? So you've got a place for your sentiment. Of course, if you want to take this apart, you can. And the back is just plain white. But I think this is just beautiful like it is. Just really gorgeous that it's two-sided. And then you've got a place for your sentiments on the inside as well. Okay, so we've got 3 of these. And then we've got this card, which definitely, so this is 6 of the same. Yes. So 3 of them go with this. We'll hold 3 aside. Here you've got your little sentiment. Aren't those pretty? And you have extras of them. So you have a total of 5. So if you want to split out your, in other words, cut these in half and make double your cards, you've got a total of 15 and you actually only have 9 cards. So you've got 6 extra little sentiment tags, which is great. And then these are the gates, so we'll need to do some stamping on that. And then we've got these beautiful florals. Just look at that. Isn't that pretty? All intricately die cut. So let's just take one set out. I'll put the rest of these back. Okay, so let's see. This one goes here. These are very intricate, so be careful when you're taking them out so they don't tear. Let's see. So all of these little florals that are in, looks like Flirty Flamingo and not sure what the colors are. They all go with that set. And then this one gets all of these pink flowers. And then there's this one here, and I only need 1 of these. I'll put some of these back so I don't get confused with everything that I have out. Okay, and then there's this floral, which is beautiful. Oh my goodness. Can't wait till my garden grows. Right now I've got little zinnias that are about 3 inches tall. So they got a ways to go. And I've got a ton of them out there. And then I think all of these little florals go with this last card. All right, so that's everything off of this. And then this garden gate, very beautiful, goes with this. And it looks like these. And then there's this sentiment that is already stamped and it goes there. And then this little birdhouse goes here. So I don't need these ones, but we do need this. Excuse me. Okay, so we've got some work to do. Let's figure out what we need to do first. All right, so we're going to do the one with the garden gate. So let me put this aside. Okay, so we've got all this, and all right, so it looks like we need to add wood grain to our garden gate. And I think I'm going to use this. And then I'm going to use this block, which comes in a kit. Oh, I'll need that later. Okay, so I'm going to need the thanks. Okay. And I'll need to use it on this. Okay, that turned out fine. And then I'm not sure if you guys are getting feedback or something, because I'm hearing something. I'm not sure if it's outside or if it's on the phone. So I apologize if you're having feedback. All right, so I'm using the wood grain to add to the front gate. And I don't need to do it to the inside. And then this goes like so. And then we get the dimensionals out. Get our sentiment out. And so we're going to add some 3D flowers here. And to the birdhouse. So the birdhouse is 3D. So cute. This is a really cute card. All right. So and I guess this one goes over that one there. And then the thanks goes on the front. I think I want to place these dimensionals on the wood and then put my sentiment on it just so I know exactly where it lands. So cute. Very vintage looking. And then you've got your little birdhouse that pops up, your florals that pop up. Isn't that adorable? So sweet. Okay, one card done, and 2 more to go. All right, so the next one is this one here. And I'm not really sure why they have a wood grain along here, but we'll do what it says. So we'll read this again. And we'll need to stamp. And then we need just a note. And we're going to put it on this one. I love these little tags. Aren't they beautiful? Just really beautiful. All right. So then this, so we layer this with the leaves, and then we pull them out so they overlap. It's really cool how they just kind of wrap around this trellis. Okay, so then we're going to put dimensionals on the back of this, and it'll help hold things in place. So I'm going to make sure that the dimensionals go over both the greenery and the trellis. Some of these will need to be cut in half when we get to that point. But for now, I think these all look like they work. And then how are we adhering this? Because there are not glue dots. Because I don't see how that's being held on. I'll just add a couple of glue dots, or you can use glue, whatever it is you have handy. Come on. Stay. There we go. Can't get it to stay on. There we go. Okay. Because otherwise there would only be these dimensionals down here that would hold it in place, and that's not going to work. Okay. So now this goes over the top of this. And then all of these flowers need dimensionals as well. And this is where we may need little half dimensionals. So typically what I do is I try to cut them along like so. And then I end up with the little dimensionals. Let me just see if you can see how it cuts them in half. And then if you have a pair of tweezers, that helps when you're working with these little delicate things like the flowers. Some of these look like they can handle a full one. but some of them definitely need a half of a dimensional. Uh-oh, I just picked up a slew of them. And they're very temperamental right now. They want to stick to me instead of the flowers. There we go. All right. Okay, so then we just start adding them. Then the single ones. In different places. There we go. Get my little handy dandy ladybug vacuum. Okay, so that's the front, and then we need just a note. And this one needs 3 dimensionals across. And looks like it just goes right across there. And I'll let the flowers overlap. And there we go. Another beautiful card. That's sweet. I just love that. Okay, so now for the last one. And this one already has the sentiment, but this long piece here is for thinking of you today. And so that goes on the inside of that card. Okay, so I'll clean this off and take this stamp off. And I'm going to need thinking of you today. And I'm also going to need this fence. Okay. Let's put this aside and this aside. And let's stamp the sentiment first. The name of the kit, it's Welcoming Garden Kit. It's really beautiful. Okay, so that's the sentiment. And then we have some work to do on the fence. Okay, so remember I was showing you these pieces. So we need these little posts. And then we need a set of these. Okay, so what I need to do is follow the outline. Looks like it didn't stamp everywhere. And then do it again. And even though there's a piece that doesn't go, when I take it out, then it shows it at the way it's supposed to be. I just am missing that little bit. And I'll just try to get a little impression. That'll work. Okay. So the rest of that can be over there. All right, let's get this card ready. Okay, so first thing first is all the florals. So I need to place the tear and tape along the bottom. Oh, I guess I was supposed to use tear and tape to adhere that white piece on that other card. So somehow I couldn't see that. All right, and this goes all the way down to the bottom of the card. All right, and then I'm going to do tear and tape on the backs of these portions of the gate. So they're going to go something like this. Okay, and then so I believe these go along here. Okay, so there's like a lightened area on the grass, and that's actually where the fence will go, which is a shame because these beautiful flowers don't show. So what I'm going to do, this is not part of the kit's instructions, just so you know. I'm going to take these out so that I can put them in front of the fence, because otherwise they don't show when the gate is open. I want to show you. So when this gate is here and it opens, you can see that is the only flower that shows. So that's why I'm taking them out. Because if they're not going to show up, why waste them behind the fence? There is a method to my madness. I'd rather see the flowers in front of the fence. So there's one. And then same thing with this other side. Well, you do see a little bit more of that flower, but not much. I'm going to be a rebel, and I'm going to stick it in front. And then this goes down. It's going to look like the gate is closing on the flowers, but I don't care. I want the flowers in front. Okay. So now let's put this back here. And this goes here. And it does cover up more of these flowers. So I'm going to pop them over the edge. And then this is the gate that opens. So you can see there's some flowers there. And I'm just going to put the rest of them right there. They're too pretty to cover up, don't you think? I'm a rebel with the cause. And I don't want to be covering up any flowers. I hope you had a really nice Mother's Day. Mine was a busy weekend and we had lots going on. And I was able to spend about 3 hours in my garden weeding and planting my zinnias. Not sure that I'll go to this much work in the future. Not this many zinnias. I got a little carried away because they were all popping up. So, okay. So now we need to add the posts. These are pretty little posts. I love this garden gate. I want some of these just little accents to add to my yard. I think it'd be so pretty. But I am going to pull it so that it's underneath my flowers. So it looks like they're hanging out over and again. Don't want to be covering up the flowers. Okay. Shoot. I'm going to cover them up anyway. I didn't mean to. I'm going to pull this off. If you work fast with your dimensionals, you can get them off. There we go. Okay, now we have these that need dimensionals as well. I think it's a little windy outside is what it is. That maybe that what that sound is. You can place these right over the top of your other flowers, but I'm actually placing them off to the side because I like that it adds more blooms because this looks like a hydrangea. There we go. We've got some 3D flowers here, and then Angela created 3D flowers here. Isn't that cute? Maybe I need to cut this little flower so it has a chance. And then just add it to the front. I think we've got some severe wind out there. It sounds like things are really rocking and rolling outside. And then I need my little hello. And it just goes on the front of the gate, which I think is really pretty. And then thinking of you today. So this would be supposed to, I'm having a hard time picking it up. Sorry about that. Oh my goodness. Okay, so should we put it down here below the flowers? Or up here above the flowers. They have it shown up above. And they have dimensionals behind it, but I'm going to put tear and tape because I don't really want it popping up because it'll keep the gate open. So here we go. Isn't that pretty? And then you've got all kinds of opportunity on the inside. But I love that. These are so beautiful. Oops, I missed one. I was wondering if this one had a 3D flower or not. Let's see if I can figure out where this one goes. There we go. I love that they're peeking out. It's so pretty. All right, that's all I have today. I hope you enjoyed a little fun kit. Super easy. Beautiful envelopes to go along with them. All kinds of 3D elements. So it makes for a really beautiful thank you card. Thinking of somebody, this can be a birthday inside, or it can be get well, or, you know, feel better soon. And then just a note. So pretty. I love these. All right. If you're watching this later on YouTube, feel free to like and subscribe. You can also go to my blog and get ideas for different cards and scrapbook pages. And if you subscribe, you get emails as well. So I hope you have a fabulous evening, and I'll talk to you soon. I'll have lots of fun product on Saturday or Friday after or morning for you. So I'll see you then. Bye. Hey, thanks, Linda. Appreciate it.